All right, everybody. This is the Digital Craft, the radio show. I feel like I should be talking about this in a very exciting voice because this is an intro with intro music. I should talk about being an underground bunker or being amazing or being at the top of Mount Rushmore or Mount something. But really, we're just going to do a quick break in the music, and then we're going to come in with a subtle, poorly looped track. This is going to get us a little more comfortable towards the topics we're talking about, which is computers, internet, websites, graphic design, programming, music. And this is the start of the show and the end of the intro. Welcome, everybody, to the Digital Craft, the radio show. As scheduled, rescheduled from no schedule. We're working on levels. Almost said from coast to coast, but coast to middle.
Yeah.
Trying to get levels over there in Washington, the state, not the DC, to match the levels over here in the Midwest. I think it has something to do with the sea level. Yeah, I'm totally.
Yeah.
Pretty much has to do with it. Justin doesn't know what he's doing, and I'm not there to help him.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm not a super genius with super equipment like you.
But I would have gone with the sea level if you wanted me to. If you wanted me to cover your back.
Yeah, no, we can stick with that. That's fine.
All right, sea level. It has something to do with sea level and the amount of air pressure.
Yeah, I heard it's like this. It's an inland draft thing with the moisture and
that's the noise we're hearing is the draft.
That's it. Yep.
It's not my furnace.
No.
Actually, my furnace isn't running right now.
Yeah, neither's mine.
I did just open the chat. I'm hoping John joins us or somebody joins us in the chat so we can go quiet and read the chat and leave people not knowing what's going on. But anyway, we have...
That's me.
Oh, I got excited. I saw somebody. Thank you.
Yeah.
We have I don't know, I feel like Jay Leno or something. Hey, we got a great show tonight. Blah, 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 blah. It's not a great show. It's just a show. Hi, Ivana, who's back.
Hey, Ivana.
And, oh, great. My computer wants to support.
Oh, yes. HP support.
There we go. It's gone. All right. So, yeah. Oh, good. John says the levels are good. Maybe the air pressure and the mountain time difference with your thermometer. Yeah, let's just go back to you just not knowing what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. We should have John on as a guest sometime.
We should.
John is a professional.
Is he? What is he a professional at?
At what I was doing.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That would be nice to have him on the show.
Yeah. He's from the UK, I believe, as well.
Oh.
Around there. I'm trying to get better learned on what that all means. I realized that either the schools here didn't teach me or I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I'm terrible with that too.
Professional at what? John, you're a professional at all things. Ireland, yes.
Wow, definitely not UK.
No, I screwed up.
That's all right. We definitely need him on the show then, because Irish people and their accent is awesome.
John's got a great accent.
Can you understand him though?
Yeah.
Some people have some thick accents.
No, he's got a nice clear accent, and he's cooler than Jack.
Oh, that's cool. It's a funny thing too that Jack says that over in the UK that they actually in the UK like our accent as Americans, and how I like the British accent. He says that's the same thing over there. They like the way we talk, which is funny because I don't think that
I think you heard him wrong.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
He likes the way women talk in America. He said he likes the way we teach because we talk slow.
No, I've actually talked to him before and told him that I just love it. And he says that, no, we like the American accent. Not just women more so. But
as far as weird. I heard, all I ever hear is that we've destroyed it. We have Americanized it.
We have definitely Americanized it.
We've definitely gone way too long into this. So I do have important news that Justin doesn't know about. I wanted to surprise him with. Sounds like it's raining now. Is it raining over there? No? All right. Anyway, yeah, this is surprise news for Justin. My wife just told me that in Indianapolis, I don't know the date yet, but Justin Bieber will be in Indianapolis, and tickets are going from like $125 a ticket to $2,100.
Chew.
So I figured you'd be happy. That's gonna be your Christmas present. I'm gonna not fly you out here and not buy you a Justin Bieber ticket.
I'd appreciate that.
I figured you'd like that better than socks.
Do you just think because I have the same name as him that I like his music?
No, I figured you don't like it. That's why I'm giving you the present of not sending you there.
That's perfect. That is good news. I appreciate you sharing that with me.
It's better than socks.
You know, if I was rich, I told everyone this. If I was rich enough, I would buy enough pairs of socks to have a fresh new pair every single day. Right out of the package.
That's good to know.
Yeah, so there you go.
So you're getting socks, and I'm reading my wife's messages, and she's saying that when we get our tax check, when she gets her tax check, I don't get one.
Yeah.
That's a different story. That she's going to buy them for real.
She's going to buy socks?
No, Justin Bieber tickets. I thought that me going to Twilight premieres
that's not enough.
Took care of everything for like a lifetime.
No, that only buys you like a week or two, man.
But she hasn't mentioned anything about buying tickets for the kids.
Oh.
So apparently,
whoa.
Apparently it's going to be myself and her at the Justin Bieber concert.
That's the order of it. It's you got to get diamonds. They say diamonds last forever, but that's crap. And then Bieber. That'll buy you, at least 4 months of happiness. So that's my opinion. I've never been married, so take it as you will.
This is the best sounding worst show we've done.
Yes, it is.
Have we talked about any technology yet?
No, I don't think so. Just Bieber. He is technology. He's a robot.
I think we offended John.
I think so. I think everybody left.
Notes. What are the updates? Updates are I'm not the only one offering private sessions anymore. Justin is now offering private sessions.
That is correct.
And starting off just on Tuesdays and Thursdays, an hour each day. You can book on the website, thedigitalcraft.com/booking, or just go there and click on private training, and then click on Justin's name or my name, and you can book with us. I'm going to let Justin tell you what he is going to be available to do for you.
Basically what it's going to be, and just so you know, starting out the Tuesdays and Thursdays for 1 hour, that's just to see how it goes. I do have a part-time job that I'm an IT guy for a company, a really nice company. I'll tell you about that later. But I'm going to teach anything from computer repair to virus removal, networking, either home networking, or if you have a work network you need set up, a server set up, pretty much anything that has to do with IT and computers and networking, I can teach that to you. We do want to make sure that you know that we won't be like remoting into your computer to fix the viruses and things for you. I will be teaching you to do that on your own.
Yes, and that is both for our own liability purposes and because we are an education organization, not a service-based organization. So you're supposed to be learning. not to say that in a mean, nasty way, but
Right.
but it does cover us. We don't want to touch your computer and delete your family photos or anything on accident, and then be liable for that.
And there's other things too, like if you there's certifications and things out there like the A+ certifications and Security Plus certifications, and I can help teach you some of the things with those certifications because I have those certifications. So those are good to book private sessions, and it's basically like a study group kind of thing that way.
Yeah,
ask questions and whatnot.
And we've put a pretty good list of what Justin teaches and what I teach, and it's important to note that Justin is not available to be booked to teach what I teach.
No.
And vice versa. So make sure you book accordingly. But
yeah, if you do book by accident, we will redirect it. If you book me for like PHP or programming, I will direct you over to Alan so he can teach you that, and vice versa.
Yes. And it beats on Justin's end. I mean, anything he's going to teach you beats going to the computer repair shop and things like that and paying $100 or more to have them do what he can show you how to do. And then,
I can't believe the prices. In the small town that I lived in Montana before I moved out here, we charged $50 per hour, and that wasn't like every single hour that we spent. We kind of lumped it into how much work we put into it. So, I mean, if there was a computer there overnight, it's not like we charged you for 12 hours. It was, if it was a good amount of work, it was like an hour to an hour and a half. But then I moved out here and I saw the repair shops here in the Northwest and Portland and Vancouver, Washington. And at minimum, you're looking at like $100 to $200. And at that point, like if you have a laptop, it's almost cheaper just to go buy a new laptop.
Exactly.
Or a new computer.
So book with Justin.
Yeah.
Great,
and that also goes back. I want to also too, if I can, I'm going to be putting my course out tomorrow as well, teaching how to speed up your computer to keep you from having to go into the repair shops. That'll be a good full course, so you can learn what to use, and then you can learn what I know and what we charge you for. So some people probably won't like me for that, but I think it's important to educate people so they can do it themselves.
Yes, and that course, along with our other courses from Jack and myself and all that, are over on udemy.com. And I previewed Justin's course, and I'm proud to announce that he is just as boring as me.
Yeah.
And just as slow and detailed as I am. So if you like that about our previous tutorials and courses, then you'll get the same with Justin. So
That's awesome. No, I do have when I put it up, there will be one of the lectures will be a free preview, so you can go and see how boring I am and how slow I talk.
Yeah.
But it is very informative. All of our classes that we put on Udemy are very informative. I just think that absolutely learning to repair your computer yourself and speed up your own computer will definitely save you money. And like John just said in there, he said that there's a repair shop charging for AVG and OpenOffice. And for those that don't know, AVG is a antivirus program, and there's a free version of it that you can get, and there's a pro version you can pay for, but OpenOffice is absolutely free. And so he says they're charging for it. And people were actually buying it. That's crazy. That's illegal.
We're in the wrong business.
I know.
John just put us into a new business.
And I keep wanting to say Paul Rainey, because my boss at the old computer shop I worked in Montana, his name was actually Paul Rainey. So I keep on accidentally trying to say Paul Rainey instead of John. So I apologize, John.
Yeah, we noticed.
Yeah. It's like you saying Xavier.
Yeah, for Javier, which Javier disappeared. We have to find Javier and get him on the show.
Yeah.
But so yeah, just to be clear on the courses, Justin's handling courses like that, general PC related courses. Jack is handling more beginner, like HTML and CSS, things like that. And then I'm going to be doing courses that are, PHP and the more advanced topics. So that's how that's going to work.
We kind of have a good range of classes going, from beginner to advanced. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, and I've ported some of the free ones from YouTube over there, which, I mean, for people that have already seen all the videos that we already had on YouTube, that's not a big deal. But I really like the interface over on Udemy.
Yeah.
So I mean, they have like a nice interface where you can take notes, you can get course materials from us, and source documents, which I put source documents on there for my PHP course.
Yeah,
that's up there right now. Things like that. So it's a pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
cool deal.
I like on the notes that you mentioned it. When you take a note, it actually timestamps it. Like when you take a note, it'll say like you were at 1:25 of the video. It'll put that 1:25 and then your note. So you can just type review, and it'll say review 1:25, and you can go back to that exact spot in the video.
Yeah,
and watch it again.
Cool.
That's sweet.
Yeah, that's definitely cool.
And then the sources and stuff that you can download, and I'm going to be doing that too, and let people download the slides, and then any free software or things like that or any scripts that I'll write in any of my courses, I'll put those up there. But it's a nice interface. It really is. It's taken off.
Yes, it is. So that's that with the courses and private sessions. The other thing is, we mentioned on the Facebook page today that we're opening up the doors for music from really anybody at this point. We don't have the time to track down people locally and all that stuff. So if any of our viewers, listeners, whatever, are musicians or are friends with musicians or whatever, or have musicians you like to listen to in your local town, city, state, province, you know what I mean. Anyway, get them, or get a hold of us, or get them to get a hold of us on the Facebook page. And it's important that they tell us what songs to play, and make sure that they send us links to a place where we can actually download them. That has been an issue. People sending us to songs that we cannot download, and so we do not play them. And we're at the point where I'm rotating some music now that we've already played, and we're only on episode 9, and I don't like that. So from this point on, anything goes. We have some standards as far as quality of the music, quality of the recording, and
some
overall
censorship.
Yeah, I don't even want to call it that, but if it's old gangster rap, I'm probably not going to play it. Just so that, I want to make sure every audience or anybody in the audience can listen to our show without being offended.
Mm-hmm.
And if I've got to beep out every other word, or if we should have to, then it's probably not good. Or if it's actually, I'm more concerned about offensive things, rather than language itself. I don't want to offend anybody. But anyway, that's that. So today, hopefully, will be the last time that we rotate music, and that I'll be playing music from bands I've either been in or are associated with. So not that I don't enjoy playing my own music on the show, but that's not cool.
Yeah, variety, that's definitely good.
Yeah, and I don't really like self-promoting like that at an excessive rate. Anyway,
Yeah.
Now, one of the songs on here we haven't played yet. Do we have you set to do a private lesson on Christmas Day?
I guess it's a Tuesday. I guess it's set for Christmas. It's like
you're working
Day.
On Christmas.
Yeah, we'll see if. Well, I don't think I have any plans on Christmas. Actually, I don't have a clue what we're doing. So who knows? I might change that. I might not.
Yeah. Thank you, John. That was John, by the way, letting us know that.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that people can't see the chat through their speaker.
Yeah.
So, so that's that. And then lastly, something we didn't have in the notes. Awesome. Man, I lost my train of thought.
Something that wasn't in the notes?
Yeah. So you can't help me with it?
No.
Oh, the format of the show itself. We also made a post about this, but I'm working with some professionals. I want to get some professionals on to do their take on some things, talk about topics and their experience in the professional world, as well as really get some question and answers coming in here, guests with questions that we can answer, kind of like anybody's familiar with like the Kim Commando show. She answers tech questions and things like that. It's really good at it. That kind of thing. We want to do that, so we're going to be trying to get into that. Of course, that means we have to be a little more strict on doing things on a regular basis. So we're still working on that, trying to figure out when we're actually going to air and not do this spur of the moment thing as much. But yeah, that's pretty much it with the updates. Today we're going to talk about we're going to do a little product review. It's a product that I've owned for a long time and lost for several months. I actually thought somebody stole it from me, and I just found it yesterday, and I'm very excited about it because I love this thing. And we're going to talk about that. It's a smart pen. So we're going to talk about that for a little bit. And then Justin's going to talk about some project management in relation to his current job. And then the main topic of the day, evening, morning, night, wherever we're at, I haven't slept yet, is going to be Google and the tools available to you on Google and how you can manage your business quite well with Google for free or very, very little with a business account. So we're going to talk about that as our main topic. And again, we've replaced commercials with music breaks because so far Spreaker has only advertised themselves. So since we pay for this, we don't need to advertise them. I'd rather play music. Plus gives us a chance to catch our breath and remember what in the world we were going to talk about. So I'm going to sneak in a song that one is from my band that does not exist anymore, but and it's a cover, so I'm breaking rules here. Hopefully we don't get in trouble.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll take the rap.
John potentially could be familiar with this song, and depending on how well he thinks we did it, we may totally offend him.
Oh no.
But this is my old band, Pleasing Melanie, and this is a cover of That Woman's Got Me Drinking from Shane MacGowan and the Popes. Who Shane MacGowan is very notorious for his alcoholism. In fact, I believe at this point in his life, if he doesn't drink, he will die, is what his doctors tell him. So he has to continue to drink. I believe he's lost all of his teeth now. And watching any interview with him is very entertaining. But he was originally with the Pogues and then did his solo thing. And I think he's back with the Pogues here and there when he's, I was going to say sober, but not so drunk.
So anybody who doesn't know anything about Shane MacGowan, do some Googling. He's a very interesting character. But we covered this Pope's tune. It was actually written or co-written with Johnny Depp, believe it or not, who is a friend of Shane MacGowan's. And if you watch one of their music videos, or the music video itself for this song, the original, Johnny Depp directed it and starred in it. And he's also in a couple of live videos that you see of them doing it. But anyway, I think that's enough intro to this. So this is That Woman's Got Me Drinking, originally from Shane MacGowan and the Popes / Johnny Depp, played by my old band Pleasing Melanie, that unless there's a record deal, I won't ever join again, because it requires me being around somebody I don't want to be around. Anyway,
yeah.
Here it is. So that was That Woman's Got Me Drinking, originally by Shane MacGowan and the Popes / Johnny Depp, done by Pleasing Melanie, the now defunct local rock band with a saxophone.
I liked that song. That was a good song, man.
Yeah, and as I was telling Justin while we were muted, we got pretty popular from that song because not many people knew who Shane MacGowan was, or the Popes, or even the Pogues, sadly. And So many people thought that was our song. So we got pretty popular based off of that. So I gotta thank Shane MacGowan and his gums for that.
I know. I just looked up pictures on the break. I'm like, man.
Yeah. It's interesting to look at. I'd love to see like a timeline. People do a timeline of Michael Jackson. Going from black to white. A timeline of Shane MacGowan going from thin and ugly to fat and ugly. Either way, I'm still a fan of the music and just poking fun at Shane. I'm sure he's used to it by now.
I'm sure.
Probably forgot. But anyway, on with the show. We want to talk about this product that I found. I bought it off of Woot. If anybody's not familiar with Woot.com, it's pretty cool. Basically, one product every day is a clearance price, and you can buy a bunch of them if you want, or one of them, or whatever. Sometimes they're great. Sometimes it's stuff you don't care about. Every once in a while, they have what they call a Woot off, where they sell a bunch of stuff, not just one product for the whole day. They once something's sold, they move to another product, and it's out like ridiculous low prices, and it goes on usually for a couple of days, and you can get pretty sucked in there and lose some money. But in this case, I got this pen. It's from a company called A Pen. The product's called A Pen as well, I believe. The one that I have, the one I bought from Woot was the A4 model, which is for the iPhone and iPad and for your PC and Mac. But what's neat about this smart pen is, unlike the Live Scribe, which I think is one of the most popular ones out there and the ones that are pretty well available at like Best Buy and other and office stores and all that, or the equivalent in other countries, Live Scribe seems to be the popular choice. This product, however, you can only buy online so far that I've seen. But what the big difference is that you actually write with it. Live Scribe is not. It's like they have special paper. I'm not really even quite sure how it works, but you have to have special paper and things like that for it, and it's just not as cool. This one is an actual ballpoint pen, and you take this little receiver that's about the size of a thumb drive or a lighter maybe, and you attach it to the top of your page, and you can either use it standalone. I mean, you could just be sitting at a coffee shop or something and taking notes, and it will digitize it, and you can save it to the little device, and then go back to your computer later and pull up the notes, and you can view them through their note manager, which I will admit is a little rusty. They need to update it. It's kind of a rough looking program, but at the same time you can save them as PDFs and things like that, and they look great.
Yeah.
You can also have them plugged in and draw or write your notes real time and have them show up on the screen, which is actually how we did our notes for the show today, so that Justin can see them. You can, let's see what else. It's really great. We're going to start using them, now that I found mine, I'm also going to get Justin one, and we're going to use it for private sessions and things for diagrams and things like that for live sessions, so that people can see things. It's a lot easier, at least myself, I'm used to writing things on whiteboards or dry erase boards all the time, and it's very uncomfortable when I don't have that opportunity. So being able to draw with a pen, with that real feeling of a pen, and have it show up in the same quality in real time on the screen, it's going to help out quite a bit with private lessons, and potentially even we might see these show up in our courses as well. which it also allows
that's
us
the thing. Also, I want to jump in real quick if I can. I was looking at the Live Scribe one, and it's a big pen. It's like thick like a highlighter. Like it would be uncomfortable to try and use. And this the A pen that you have, I mean, it has a fine tip ballpoint, tip to it, just like a regular pen. And the fact that you can just write on regular paper still blows my mind. I mean, I've been in the computer and IT field forever, and I've seen all kinds of stuff, but this thing, I don't know why, it just gets me. I love the fact that you just clip that little thing onto a notepad or whatever you have and just start writing, and it puts it into digital world. Yes. Love it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of writing on real paper, taking notes on real paper rather than putting them on the computer. I mean, I like my notes on the computer as well, but at the same time, I like pen and paper, so it's a good way to have a copy of both. And they have 5 models. The A3 is more for Android, BlackBerry, which is pretty much defunct at this point unless you still have one. But I think they're pretty much out of business. But it's mainly for Android and anything that's except Bluetooth. But runs just the same. Hold on, using my phone. The other thing, that's that. That works though the same with the PC. So I think all the models work with the PC, all the same. But the A4 is what I have, and that one also has an adapter for the iPhone and iPad. And they have some apps to automatically do the same thing, draw in real time on the screen.
Right.
The newest model they put out, which I got that one too because I like to buy stuff. It's strictly for the iPad and iPhone. It is the only one that is not a ballpoint pen. But it has a tip like a ballpoint pen. So it looks identical, it just doesn't write. And it's for writing on the iPad so that you can have a stylus that feels like a pen rather than that big bulky bubbly thing that you would normally buy for it because of the technology involved. So you pretty much snap this the device that comes with it, you snap it into the one port that's on the iPad, and you can then start using it as a stylus. So that's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to bring that up. Justin got pretty excited about it when I showed him, and I'm pretty excited that I finally found it. However, just a couple of days ago, I went ahead and gave up on it and bought the A3 so that I can use it on my Android and computer. And then, sure enough, 2 days later, I find it. So now I've got way too many of them. But anyway, Justin put the links up there. It's apenusa.com, and look at products. I know you can definitely find them on eBay and things like that for about half the retail price. Most of these go for about $129 on their website, and I know you can get them for between $50 to $70 depending on the model. Places like eBay, and those are usually new in the package. So
yeah, absolutely.
So
I put up an article from Wired magazine. It's just a short little 4-paragraph article showing the A pen. So if they want to check that out too, it's actually a good article describing it. Just makes me more excited looking at it. I got to actually close that page because I love it. I don't know why.
Yeah. So along with socks, it's probably going to be Justin's Christmas present from the Digital Craft.
That's the key to my heart, man. Socks and then an A pen.
As long as my wife isn't listening, otherwise.
Oh yeah. You
get nothing.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Or I'll buy her one, and then she'll be like, I don't want this. And I'll be like,
well, yeah, and then you can say, well, you can do your good deed for the day, and you can donate that, and I have the person that you can donate it to, and she can donate it to me. Exactly. And I will say thank you, Virginia. I appreciate that. You're a wonderful person, and I love the gift. So
there we go. But anyways, yeah, moving on. I think we got enough out about that.
Yeah.
apenusa.com. Check it out. Look for it on eBay for a cheaper price. Justin's going to talk a little bit about some project management as it applies to his current job, and that will kind of segue into our Google discussion, which we'll do a short musical break between the two. But yeah, Justin, the microphone is yours.
Oh, thank you, kind sir. No, I was going to talk about the project management and the fact that you use it at every job in some way. But it's nice at the job that I have. I actually work for a company called Strata Communications. And what they do is they give the resources to hearing impaired students in K through 12 schools so they can be in the classroom with every other student. All we do is we send out a little netbook, a tiny little laptop to the student, and the student has that and they take it to class with them. And then we have transcribers that we send out to these classrooms, and the transcriber transcribes what the teacher is saying. And so it shows up real time live on the little netbook that the hearing impaired student has. So it's really nice. They can sit in the classroom with the other students and pay attention to their teacher live on the spot. But we also have remote transcribers. So people that actually work from home, they can be laying in their bed, and we send, with the netbook, we send a microphone, and the microphone, the teacher clips onto their shirt, and then the transcriber can hear what the teacher's saying. Therefore, they transcribe it onto the screen, again, real time for the student. So it's a really great service, and they've been going since about 2005, and this is the first year that they got into a office setting and actually set up, different offices and had their employees in one place. And luckily, they hired me to do their IT, and I noticed that they have, as far as project management goes, there's not a lot of organization. I mean, they are very organized as a company, but as far as keeping track of what needs to be done and things like that, they don't have much in place, and they're looking to me for that, and I'm looking for different options for project management software and things like that, because we need to be able to share files with each other. We need to be able to schedule certain things and set deadlines for projects and things like that. And there just isn't anything in place at the moment there. So what we do use at the moment is Google Docs and then the Google Calendar. We share everything in the Google Docs, and it's just kind of a mishmash. In other jobs that I've had, like when I worked at the school district, we had on the server, we had file servers, and you would set up folders for specific things and share everything in those folders, and everybody could access it. Well, the job I have now, they don't have that set up yet. That's what I'm working on with the servers as well. But as far as what we're doing now is just pretty much Google and the tools that Google has. And it's worked out great, but as it's getting more and more popular and the more projects that are going on, especially now that I'm working there and there's more IT stuff to do, we're trying to find other project management software or some way of utilizing the Google apps a little better to manage our time more efficiently. So I don't know about you, Alan. The only thing I know really is the Google Docs, using the Google Drive to sync the files from my computer to Google. But other than that, we don't know many tools. I really don't know much more about them.
And that's where I'm going to talk about using Google Apps for your business and or personal uses. It's great because it can be free if you want it to be. If you want a little extra features, you can pay, and it's not a lot of money at all. So we're going to talk about that after our music break here. And this music break is just going to be a little quick one. This is a band that, again, I have something to do with, and is defunct. They are not around anymore. They broke up. Actually, they started playing when I was in Tallahassee, when I was living there, working for a company called Homes.com, which some people might be familiar with. But I fell in love with the energy of their music. It's an interesting mix of like honky tonk southern something. But when I came back to town, they had broken up, and I pleaded with them to regroup, and I ended up getting the spot as the drummer, but we could not get the singer to commit, and we never really went anywhere with it. So that is a story that really had no point. But anyway, that's my relationship to this. So this is not me on the recording, but this is a band called the Red Barrels. This is from their demo EP, and this song is called What I Want. And we'll be back in about 2 minutes. So that was the Red Barrels, the band that I was in but wasn't, and the band that isn't anymore. And
very, very zen.
Okay, is that what that was?
Oh, yeah, that was very zen of you.
So that hopefully again today will be the last show we do where I have to keep recycling my music or music I'm involved in. So.
Is there? I meant to ask you too, and for people that are listening, is there like a certain format of that you want it in, like MP3? Do you want it like raw wave files? Does it matter?
I mean, of course, a raw wave file is going to sound better than anything, but really all I care about, because Spreaker is going to do some compression on it anyways. So
no way.
Really, I just need a link to something I can download, and usually what's pretty popular for most bands is linking Reverb Nation to Facebook, and they can easily set their songs to be downloadable. Other than that, they could email them to me or something, or we can work out something if they don't want to make them downloadable for everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just I mean, you know, it's we may not have, you know, the audience of a you know, show that's been around forever, but we do have a a healthy amount of people that listen to each show, and it's not just national, it's international. So why not? You know, you never know who's listening. You can't get anywhere if you don't go anywhere. So you might as well play your music on any avenue you can. So
yeah, it's free.
Even a tech show. Yeah, but on to the topic at hand. Google.
Google.
I've been using Google for business since pretty much got introduced to it in my job before I went freelance again and then quit to do this. The firm I was working at, we decided to go with Google. We looked at all of our options. We were going to go with Microsoft and use their CRM and all that, and it was just expensive as all get out. We were going to use their Office tools until we realized that their online version of Office required us to still purchase the full version, the software version. So some of that may have changed now, but back then that's the way it was, and so that was a deterrent. And then we realized Google was not only very, very inexpensive for business tools, but they had everything we needed, especially when they introduced Drive, which pretty much replaced the Google Docs link at the top of Google when you're signed in. For those that don't know, the Google Docs had been around for quite a while, and it's a pretty amazing thing in itself. They allow you to make a spreadsheet, a standard document kind of Word format with a lot of the same tools that Word has. The spreadsheet application has a lot of the same functionality as Excel. Not all of it, but it's a web application. So for what it does have, it's got a bunch. I mean, you can do formulas and conditional formatting and all sorts of things that you can do in Excel. You can make presentations similar to PowerPoint, and you can do drawings like they have a bunch of tools for doing flowcharts and things like that. And if that's not cool enough, you can share these documents with anybody who has a Google account, and you can work in real time with them on the document.
I love that.
Yeah, and unless you've actually done that, it's kind of hard to actually even really imagine what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm just a dork, but even now, after using these tools for over a year, I still kind of get excited when I see that I'm working on a document like a spreadsheet, and I can see Justin's on cell A3 and I'm on A4 typing something, and we're building this document together in real time, and that's pretty cool. Not only that, but there's also a chat application on the right and the ability to do notes and things like that. So Google Docs was great as it was, and then at the time we had most people for file sharing, cloud storage. Most people were using Dropbox, which was it's still an amazing tool, and I feel quite bad for them. But I know one thing that a lot of people were saying is, man, I wish, if we could just combine Google Docs with Dropbox, that would just be great. Well, I wish Google would do that. And then sure enough, they did. And that's what Drive is. They did not combine it with Dropbox. I don't want to confuse you there. Dropbox is still its own thing, but they basically took the concept of Dropbox and incorporated it in with their Google Docs platform. And so not only can you store Google Docs on there, but you can use your cloud storage to store anything you want. And you can download the Google Drive app for your laptop, or your PC or your Mac. It doesn't matter which platform you're on, and basically it tosses a folder on your computer just like Dropbox did, and you can drag and drop stuff, and it instantly starts uploading it and syncing it to the cloud. And then anybody who you have shared, which you can share folders, you can share files, things like that. And anybody who's shared will then, their computer will be updated. As long as they're online, they'll get the updated versions of things. So everything is synced. It's a really great way to do business. It's helped us a lot with the Digital Craft. It helped a ton with the firm I was working for. Every client pretty much had a folder, and we shared that folder, and it had all the assets, all the wireframes, different versions of the wireframes before the client signed off on them, then all the design comps, and then, project plans and things like that. Everything was readily available for both us and the client. And not only available, but, editable. Everything was, we could change things and talk about things. When we do conference calls, we'd be working on documents together with the client, building flow charts with their input and things like that. It's just amazing. I mean, I could go on and on about Drive itself.
There is also I wanted to say, because it's free, which is amazing in itself to use all that, but there is a limit of what is it, 5 gigabytes? I think of storage, which is a lot for just documents.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to store your music library or something like that, that's not going to cut it. But for, any general, regular business, that's perfect. And actually, the business, to buy a business account, it's $5 per user, which is pretty much unheard of for any tool or software out there, whether it be web-based or not. Usually you're looking at, $20 or more per user for things like this. And they also allow you to link your domain name. For instance, at the moment, which we're going to be probably switching the Digital Craft over to my business account here soon, but at the moment, the name my old partner and I went under for business after we left the firm we were working at was Artistics, and so we have the Artistics domain name linked up with our Google business account. So our email account, my email account, alan@artistics.com, is my Google account. I don't have to have a Gmail account. I can have my own account. So, because it's definitely more professional to have, an account, an email account at your own domain name rather than using a Gmail account. And to be able to have, access all the tools and Gmail and all that using your domain name rather than a Gmail domain name. That's great. But you also get, I believe you get more space on the drive. I'd have to verify that. But I think it's something like 10 gigs or more, but I might be wrong on that. You get a little more functionality with the groups, which I'll talk about that. Basically, though, the biggest thing with the paying for it is every user you can be way more in sync with as far as contacts and calendars. There's a lot more control over people's calendars. The owner of the account can make calendars that are shared between users and things like that, rather than the way you have to do it when you have free accounts, where you can definitely share an account or share a calendar with somebody. Like, for instance, Justin has a calendar with his personal account, and I have a calendar, and we can both we can share it with each other, but we can't make changes or do anything but see it. When you have a business account and all the users are in that business account, there's more functionality. People can edit each other's events. So, for instance, if you have say a secretary, she can go in, and even though it's your calendar, she can go in with her account and fill your schedule, things like that. So that's great.
Yeah.
And
I can tell you from an IT standpoint, working in the school districts, we used to use Microsoft Outlook, and then have an Exchange server, a Microsoft Exchange, to run the mail.
Yeah, and those are fun to set up.
Oh my gosh, they are a pain to set up, a pain to manage, and then sharing calendars. Like, the secretaries always wanted to share with the principals of the schools so they could know what's going on and edit, and that was a pain. Absolute pain in the butt. But this, like with Google, it's so much easier. And that's what a lot of people are going with. The school district out here that I worked for summer work, briefly when I first moved out here, they used Google for their mail and their calendars and stuff. It's just smarter. It's easier.
Yeah, it's a great application all around. The calendar has a lot of functionality that other calendars don't, and you can sync it with pretty much any application out there. You can sync it with your iPad and iPhone and your iOS products, as well as obviously your Android products, because Google makes Android. But they also have, a lot of people don't know this, it's kind of a hidden feature, but you can actually make an appointment calendar as well. And that's actually what we were using for scheduling private sessions for a little while there before we switched to go-to training. But you can set an appointment calendar where you can book, or you can allocate time and share that calendar publicly, just kind of embed it on your website or whatever. It's great for, for instance, like a hair salon or something. People can go in there and book time themselves. They can say, okay, I want a haircut at 1 o'clock with, Kelly, and book straight from your website just with a free Google Calendar. So that's pretty cool. It's a little light. It seems like it's an app that they haven't, or part of the app that they haven't really put a lot of effort into outside of that. But at its core, it's a pretty neat function too. Then the groups are great when you have a large business. It allows you to kind of build groups within the business that can communicate with each other, kind of in a forum basis almost. You can send emails to groups. For instance, we could have, if I was still using my freelance name, Artistics, if we had a team of developers, we created the dev at artistics.com or something and make that as a group, and I can email to that, and everybody on the development team receives the emails, and we're all talking back and forth, and then that's all visible. Those conversations are visible in Google Groups, and they're also private if you want them to be private, so only the developers can see what the developers are talking about, or the other way around. You can make them public and let clients in on it, or things like that. And groups, I have yet to explore actually all that's available with groups. Contacts in the email application is great, especially if you have Android phone or something like that, or Android tablets. You can definitely sync. I mean, everything's always synced. You can add contacts while you're on your computer, and they're already on your phone when you go to, you turn on your phone and boom, that contact's already there. That's great. Let's see, Ivana has a question.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too. I'm not sure if this is what what you're referring to.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up this link because Google Apps, or actually I can't get to it. It's not a link. But Google Apps doesn't just, it's kind of a broad term. Google has its own apps, and then there's also a whole platform for people to build Google Apps. So there's a whole store or kind of marketplace full of of Google Apps that developers have built. So there's a lot of other tools out there, third-party tools, a lot of which are free, and or kind of additions to other applications. Like I know Salesforce, if people are familiar with that company.
Yeah, that's what we use.
You do, and they recently, well, not recently anymore, but a year ago, they bought do.com, and it's pretty much a task-oriented kind of a project management, but very, very simple. They bought that, and there's a Google app to go with that to integrate into your business account, so that it shows up at the at the top on your bar. Not only that, but they've also got apps for the iPad and Android and all that too. But so yeah, there are third-party apps too. I'm not sure exactly what Ivana sent us there. Did you pull that up? Yeah,
it's basically registering. It looks like registration for web-based applications.
I think that's actually, if it's developers, it looks like it's from developers.google.com. So that might actually be registration for building.
Yeah, because it has on the site here, it has one of the headers is registering your web application. Tells you how to register your web application.
Yeah, and that's a different thing. That's another cool feature all in itself. All of these things that Google offer, all of their applications pretty much have an API that you can use for free. Some of them are limited for how many requests you can do, but their Maps API, there's a Mail API, a Drive API, a Calendar API. I mean, the list goes on. Basically, everything they have, you can access, and you can build. You can build apps that you want to put on the market, or whatever they're calling that now. I'm not sure if they changed that terminology along with when they changed the branding of the Google or the Android market. But so you can either make it a public application that's free, or you can charge for it, or you can just make in-house applications for your own website, which we'll actually be doing some of that on our site here as we're redeveloping it. But you can have access to all of their tools, and by access I mean, for instance, Maps. There's a whole slew of things you can do with their Maps application. I mean, you're not just embedding a map on your site, but you can modify the way it looks, put overlays over it so that it looks a certain way. Like for one job we did, we had to make everything blue. So everything was, the land masses were like a dark blue, and the water was a light blue, and things like that. You can also make custom markers. Instead of using the generic ones, you can make markers that kind of go along with your site, things like that. And that's just the Maps. You can also use the API to manage your contacts. So if you have like a nice robust system for your company, like a back-end system that's accessible by everybody, you can incorporate the contacts API in there and have people automatically, when they're adding contacts to the company database, have them automatically add to their own contact lists on their phones and things like that. I could go on and on about the possibilities of what you can do with the API, and that's maybe for a whole nother show or course, probably. But yeah, that's what Ivana was posting if you were in the comments. But looks like John found where you can start up and get Drive, and basically apps all together. I mean, once you have a Google account or a Gmail account, you technically have a Google account, and all these things I've mentioned are accessible. If you want to make it a business account, you have to do a little more digging and pay the money for it. But really, you can get away with doing almost anything I mentioned without having to have a business account, outside of the extra kind of syncing capabilities and editing among users, which is more of a privacy thing. You're paying for the privacy and ability to use these tools. I don't know. I think you get what I mean. But so, I mean, between the documents that are, editable and files that are shareable, I mean, and your contacts that are synced with your phone and your tablets, Google kind of has set the standard for managing your business online, and they've kind of set the standard for how things are gonna cost. They've pretty much blown Microsoft out of the water there, and said, screw this. We're gonna make it simple. We're gonna make it accessible. We're gonna keep, just like their homepage, Google's homepage, they haven't changed it. Well, I mean, they have changed a little bit, but they've stuck to the simplicity of it, and the kind of freeness about it, and they're sticking to that. throughout everything they do. And as far as from the public end and the API end, being able to access all these tools as a programmer. So, I don't know. I think I've plugged Google enough. But I definitely recommend going through, since it is free, and just kind of clicking on all the options, taking a look at the calendar, take a look at groups. They do have a sites thing. I didn't bring that one up because I'm always weary about bringing up applications that help you build sites without code. That's just me being a programmer. I'm sure they have great use, but at the same time, I don't have anything to say about it because I haven't had any need for it. I've looked into it a little bit, and it was too simple for me. It was easier for me to do it the hard way, if that makes sense, because I know how to customize things. But anyway, check that out too if you want. But definitely, the mail, Gmail, Drive, calendar, groups, contacts, and tasks too. Creating task lists are great. You can share those with people as well. For instance, my schedule obviously is ridiculous. I never know when I'm going to be awake or asleep, and most people don't either with me. So I have, on my task list is pick up the kids from school, and that's shared with my wife. So while my wife is at her job, and I check the box that says I picked up the kids from school after it notified me 10 times because I might need to be woken up. But, I check that box, and then it tells her, kids were picked up, things like that. So even on a personal level, it's great. And I didn't even bring that up, really. I mean, handling your finances and things like that, if you're familiar with spreadsheets in general, putting together a budget and things like that, taking advantage of their spreadsheets and sharing it with your significant other, wife, husband, whatever, that's great tool too, as well as contacts and all that. I mean, so it's great for everybody, but definitely great for business. And I would definitely look for some courses and or free videos from us soon on that. We are getting to the point where we've got things pretty ironed out with the addition of Justin and Jack and us all working together and getting the Udemy courses going and things like that. So we can get back on the ball of recording, as Justin's going to be doing the rest of the day while I sleep. But yeah, that's all I got. If Justin, you have anything before we close the show?
No, I really don't have anything. I sent a link, and John saw the link there for. It's like the Chrome store, and it shows all kinds of different apps and things that you can get. There's actually one for start a business, and it gives you all the apps that you can use when you start a business. So that's pretty neat. That's a nice link to have. But other than that, I don't really have anything to add. Just be looking for my course to be published tomorrow. And
you said you're gonna run a special on it too, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna run a special on it for our viewers and things. For the start of it's going to be 50% off. So that's a good deal. So that'll be immediately 50% off for a certain amount of people. I haven't decided how many, but.
And it's also good to note. I think we noted this on the last show, but when you buy a course from Udemy.com, that is access for life, which is really good for courses like Justin's. Not putting mine and Jack's down, but Justin's is a little more. It's in a different category, kind of. And this is the type of thing where you may have. You may only need to address a couple of things that he has on his course at the moment, but it's accessible for life. So, you may do some of the lectures and get what you need done, fixed on your computer or whatever. Then anytime you need to go back and access it and do other things, I mean, you can access it whenever you want. And again, you can take notes. And like Justin said, those notes are time-stamped. And by time-stamped, we don't mean the date and time that you wrote the note. It's the actual moment in the video that you wrote the note, so that you can quickly go back to exactly where you were when you wrote that note, which is really great.
It's nice because if you can't follow along, if you don't have two monitors, to play the video on one and then follow along on the other, you can actually take the notes and it'll timestamp it, say, this, pay attention to this or something, whatever you want to write in your notes. I think that's a pretty nice little tool they put in there.
Yeah, and you can also ask questions, and I've yet to see how that works because no one's asked any questions yet on our courses, which I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I guess we answered them in the courses, but so that is available too. You can also write reviews.
Yeah, reviews are good.
I'll just leave that at that. But definitely, if you do have the time and do enjoy our courses, we would really appreciate the reviews. It helps us sell more courses and keeps us afloat and pushes us up the ladder there at Udemy. We kind of got in right at the right time. Udemy hasn't been around too long, so it isn't flooded yet, whereas YouTube, we are one in thousands of people putting lectures about what we're the topics we discuss. Udemy is still pretty new, and only a select group of us that have been doing this for a while, like Bucky and the with his New Boston and what's the other one, PHP Academy is on there now. But yeah, so everybody's just now kind of finding Udemy. So the more people we can get to help boost us up there, the better chance we have of staying on top there before it starts getting flooded.
Yeah, it's just a nice tool, Udemy, because you can spend all day clicking around on YouTube, finding videos for free, and on how to do this and how to do that, or you could just go to Udemy and pay the money for the course, and then you have all of it right in one spot. You know what I mean? Instead of start to finish, there it is, one spot. I've looked around YouTube plenty of times for tutorials on how to do things or how to fix things, and it just takes me all over the internet. If I could just go and pay for a course that teaches it, I'd rather do that.
And we're keeping the prices pretty modest and competitive with other people on there as well. So that's something to keep in mind too. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I'd say that's the end of our show, minus the exit song, which is a band I am in. So we've definitely done the rotation here.
The bands that were, the bands that kind of were, the bands that are now.
Yeah, so this is a song. I think I actually may have aired it on our first episode, but so this is actually from another radio show we recorded live in their studio here in town, from a show called Meet the Music on our local NPR station, which I think is 89.1, I believe, and so just to plug them as I play their recording. So this was recorded live in the NPR studio there, or here in town, and this is my band, That Crafty Devil, which is basically all the musicians from the other band you heard doing the Pope's cover, minus the singer, aka my brother, I guess. But anyway, so that's That Crafty Devil from the Meet the Music session, and our song is called Failure Proof, and this will take us out of our show, and we'll talk to you guys much later, not much later, maybe tomorrow, whenever we do another episode. Thank you.